Hello and welcome back to the Bob Cave. This is the first time I've done anything like this for Twitch and YouTube. Normally this kind of stuff's on YouTube, but I wanted to say happy Halloween first and foremost. Thank you guys so much for joining me here in the Bob Cave. Just want to chat a little bit about Halloween, my favorite holiday of them all. I hope you guys love it as well. If you do, send, hit me up in the comments. Let me know about it. Some of your favorite Halloween memories. All right, real quick, I'm gonna just run through this. I want to thank you all for joining me this past month for the Bob's Hollow Stream 3. A daunting task it was, but we got it done. We I got through the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. I've done it quite a few times. Did it again. Don't plan on doing it again anytime soon. I'll be honest. I love it. A few of them in that series. I'll say that. Now, besides the Bob's Hollow streams, there's plenty other games that you could play out there this time of year. You got Splatterhouse, you got Castlevania. Hell, I think Mortal Kombat in its own way is kind of a horror game, but you have so many horror themed games. You have Resident Evil, Silent Hill. I'm not the biggest fan of them too. I do like the stories. I never played it. I played the first Resident Evil, never liked it, never went back. Silent Hill I never played at all, so I have no frame of reference there. But I mean, you got Manhunt, then you have so many different like sci-fi horror games. You got the Dead Space, you got Alien. Uh, I don't even know the name of it. I got the game, but you have a few Alien games. You have that Fire Team one. You also have the Predator. Excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Of course I would during this. Uh, but you got so many different things, so many different games you could be playing. Of course, there's the Evil Dead. There's Friday the 13th before they shut the servers down. You should try playing it. Be honest, it's a great game. Get a party, get a lobby, earn it, hold it down, have fun. You have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is that game is really, really fun with the group. Ain't even gonna lie, I love it. Love playing it with my family. So, I mean, there's plenty of games to play. Now, besides games, I wanted to talk about a few podcasts that I love and I really enjoy listening to around this time of year. Land of the Creeps is one of my all-time favorite podcasts. I've been on it. Uh, just love that podcast from the beginning. The first time I ever listened to it, I loved it. The Skeleton Crew is one of them too. Now, uh, some of their stuff might be a little more raunchy, but I love their humor, and it's definitely a podcast for me. Their Halloween episodes are fucking incredible. I love them. Then you got Exploding Heads, which is a great one. Man, just talking horror in general, those cats, I enjoy it. And then you got Day of the Dead's new horror podcast, which is basically the Horror Avengers. If you love podcasts, this podcast got all the greats in my opinion. Not missing too many that I love. I mean, there are plenty that it's missing, but it's got the best of the best. I do believe that. But going from there, we're going to just talk about some costumes. I know that everyone loves dressing up and being whatever they want to be, and it's to me one of the funnest things about the day is you could be anything you want, and that's the fun of it. Is no matter what kind of budget you're working with, hey man, if you're creative enough, you could think of something on a very low budget or no budget at all. It could be stuff around your house. It's just a matter of figuring out what you want to be. I love that. That's something I think I got from my parents as a kid. My mom was very big on making her own costumes and making costumes for us, which, some of my some of the greatest costumes I ever had were those homemade ones. I'm not gonna lie. And they always hold a special place in my heart. I did a lot of uh, wrestling costumes as a kid. I did the Road Warriors. I did Demolition. I did Sting. Never did the Ultimate Warrior. That was my cousin Kevin's thing. And if he ever watches that, I'm sure he's playing some air drums, motherfucker. All right. uh, I mean, but besides that, you got so many horror costumes, Disney costumes, Marvel costumes. I mean, DC costumes. There's just so many different things to choose from. This past year, I was Bowser at my sister's costume, our Halloween party. We always dress up, so uh, I was Bowser. My wife Samantha was Princess Peach. You know, I love my peaches, 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 peaches. All right, moving on from costumes, which are integral. Uh, you gotta love them and the creativity. I just love seeing what people like to be, you know, and I enjoy that. I enjoy it when a friend comes that's something you'd never think they'd be, and it's like, man, that's really cool and creative. I love the creativity involved in the holiday. Now, moving on from costumes, of course, you got trick or treating as an activity. I mean, that's numero uno if you want that candy. And now, I loved it as a kid. We had we were middle to lower class, our neighborhood, and we had some richer homes down closer to the inner harbor. Hey, we went to them and we get some, you know, candy bars, full size candy bars from those people. I love you guys for doing that, and that was a tradition I like to continue when I was giving out candy. We haven't done it the past few years. The kids around my neighborhood are, I'm not gonna diss the kids, but the kids around here are just like not good kids. The younger kids are great, but you get towards the 11, 12 and up, yeah, not that great. But be that as it may, we don't really give it out no more. It was a big deal around here really before COVID hit. Last year it started getting big again. So that being said, I mean, I like to keep that tradition going. I was doing that for every year I gave out candy since we've been a homeowner, me and my wife Sam. I I've been giving out candy and giving out whole full size bars. So not everything I gave out was full size bars, but we always give out name brand candy, and I give out full size candy bars to the best costume. The ones I like the most get the full size. You know, I think creativity and goes back to what I was saying. Creativity uh, could just be, hey, you're Captain America, bam, the candy bar from me. Anyway, moving on from Halloween, of course you got trunk or treat. You have so many different things that kids do now to get candy. I know they do that kind of stuff for schools and then like back lots here, not back lots, but you know, school parking lots or whatever. And it is what it is. Hey, kids get to wear their costumes multiple times. That's pretty cool. When I was a kid, my school actually took us around the neighborhood, Hempstead Hill 47, and anyone that went there probably remembers that. They used to take you around like a block or two and then bring you back to the school. And it was always really cool because there actually would be people giving out candy. And a lot of older people up there, and it was awesome that they did that. Now, we're just briefly going to touch on TV shows and movies. I don't want to be too long. Maybe keep this around 10 to 15 minute mark. I mean, I think, hey, the time's going pretty fast and we're doing pretty good right now. But some TV shows, I mean, I think The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror has to be on there. Roseanne's Halloween specials. You had a lot of TV shows that just had great Halloween specials. Cheers had some good ones. I know, God, what else? Home Improvement. There's not, I think there's one on Married with Children. There's not many on that show. I know that for sure. But so many TV shows, and I know I'm gonna miss some, and I apologize. I know Hey Arnold had a great one for all you lovers of that show, but I feel like I don't know. I don't watch too much modern television for kids, and I don't know if they really make Halloween episodes like they did. But I feel like there was a lot of great stuff when we were younger, and stuff that we can go back to now. I mean, I know we got the Goosebumps miniseries now, and Goosebumps was a big deal when I was a kid. Also, Are You Afraid of the Dark, which is they have the first 5 seasons streaming on Paramount. I own all of them, and yeah, you can pop in any one of them. They have a few actual Halloween themed ones too. But man, you can pop in any one of them for this season. And I know all all of us horror fans live this anyway, breathe this every year. of the month. The Halloween TV shows I really try to preserve for that time of year. I just feel they're a little more special when you watch them around that time. Of course, you got the Charlie Brown special, the Halloween special, the Garfield. I mean, there was a ton of them when we were kids. But moving on from there, we're just going to get into movies. Of course, you got horror movies. We'll get back to that, though. We'll get back to them. We're going to talk some kids' animations. So you got Coraline. I thought that was fantastic. You got Monster House, another great movie. Paranorman, another one. Nightmare Before Christmas, great stop motion, one of the greatest ever, I believe. So catchy, every damn song in that movie. Man, there's just so many, and I don't want to draw a blank, but I try to reference the big ones. I mean, hell, you could even say, besides animation, the Monster Squad would be a great one for this time of year. Definitely a great introduction to horror. But for the kids' movies, like I said, so many more. The Worst Witch, Witches. I mean, the list goes on and on. But when you get the horror comedies too. You have like One Spitting. My Best Friend Was a Vampire. Shaun of the Dead. Technically, Return of the Living Dead, which is it's a horror comedy, horror first. But so many of those. I love watching anthologies as well. Creepshow 1 and 2. Uh, Tales from the Dark Side. That television show has a great Halloween episode. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie. Also, besides that, Tales from the Crypt, they have an episode. I'd have to go through the whole series again, but it may be one of my favorite episodes, Only Skin Deep, which is basically like a Halloween party, and yeah, it's a keeper, baby. It's a winner. Great episode. Uh, anyway, moving on from there. Somehow I got into the horror TV again, but uh, there's so many things anthology wise that are out there to watch. You got Tales of Halloween as well. That was actually pretty good. You guys will love that. And I do believe that Trick or Treat may be one of the greatest ever. I'm gonna just leave it there. Yeah, Sam's the man. Or Sam's the Pumpkin Man. You know what I mean. So with that being said, all month long, all year long, watching horror anyway, but the month of October, I always try to watch more. I keep track of it now. For the past 10 years, I've kept track of it. And I try to watch different stuff. This year, I didn't watch as much different stuff or new stuff as I'd like to. But all in all, I did end up watching a couple movies that I would rewatch. And Hell House, which I did a shorty on. And no, I haven't done a shorty on Hell House. Hell Fest is the one I did a shorty on. I apologize. Hell House, I'm going to be doing possibly a shorty down the line, maybe after a rewatch. But I did enjoy that found footage movie, and I will be trying to finish out the whole series. Um, they're pretty much the ones that I've watched. Mainly this year, it's been enjoying some first time watches through my wife's eyes. She just finally watched The Witch for the first time. I've been trying to get her to watch it since I first seen it. Clickety clackety, I be the Witch of the Woods. It's a fucking great movie. Then you have uh, last night actually we just watched The Bride of Frankenstein, and I was really pretty happy with her and the way she took everything and thought it out, and you know the way she was responding to everything just kind of had me thinking of my first time, and there was a lot of similarities there, and I don't know how, as a lover of film or any kind of movie, you can't love that movie. Like, it is fucking fantastic. I love it. Always have, always will. So, I mean, that's been basically the month for me. Watching horror, live streaming for you guys. I mean, I've been trying hard lately. I know that this year coming up might be a little rough, and I might not be able to stream as much. So I really want to push as hard as I could right now to get a video a day for you guys, and this is the final one on Halloween. How fitting, a live stream for you guys. I love doing this. I'm gonna continue to do this, but me and the missus are planning on moving, so I'm gonna be packing. Everything here is gonna be probably last few days things that get packed, if you know what I mean. Like I'm gonna try to do it down to the end, down to the wire, down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to try my best to stay here, stay put. I'm gonna try, like I said. So that being said, I want to thank you guys, as always, for joining me here in the Bob Cave. But before I do, there is one thing that I left off that you absolutely have to watch on Halloween. I don't know how I was going to get out of here without saying it. I didn't get out of here without saying it. Halloween! The Granddaddy, John Carpenter's Halloween. It's a must on Halloween Day. Me and my wife Sam, we will be watching that later tonight. Yes, we will. We'll be watching 1978, that masterpiece, and Trick or Treat tonight. So, yeah, plenty of stuff to watch, plenty of things to do, plenty of games to play, plenty of podcasts to listen to, plenty of music too. I didn't even touch on that, but plenty of music. God, music for days. So much more for Halloween. That was just me BSing, talking for 15 minutes about a season filled with things that I love in it. I want to thank you guys as always for joining me for the Bob's Hollow Stream 3. Until we meet again, my friends, this is Bob, signing out.